Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Whitney Ward.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Mark Hanrahan. We start tonight with some breaking news. Washington Governor Jay Inslee has written a letter to President Biden formally requesting federal aid for Spokane County wildfire survivors.
In an over 40-page letter, Inslee asked President Biden for a major disaster declaration and requested federal assistance to help survivors recover. Governor Inslee also requested aid from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the EPA to assist with debris management and disposal.
Senators Patty Murray and Maria Cantwell and U.S. Representative Kathy McMorris Rodgers also wrote a letter to the president backing Governor Inslee. You can read both of those letters on our website. Just head to KREM.com.
A popular Stevens County shooting area is shutting down.
Neighbors are frustrated and say they are fearful for their lives after stray bullets hit their homes.
KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy has that story tonight.
You can hear it before you see it. But these echoes won't be sounding throughout this valley for much longer. Boggs Pit is busy for one last day. Washington's Department of Natural Resources is shutting it down to target shooting after too many bullets missed the mark.
Those bullets are hitting our houses. They're hitting our cars.
Neighbors who didn't want to be identified for fear of retaliation say the situation has gotten worse the last year. A DNR statement says the parcel 7 miles north of Deer Park has been plagued by irresponsible shooters who've also sparked fires with exploding tannerite targets. DNR will close the pit Thursday, even earlier than previously planned.
They bumped it up a day because of the incident on Sunday where my husband almost got shot.
This woman says her husband heard the shot whiz overhead while on their roof. It then traveled next door.
And the next thing I knew was I heard this woolly, whistling sound above my head.
Seconds later, another shot hit a shipping container 5 feet away.
Which just brought me down to the ground because it was so scary and loud. If that thing hit me, there was nobody up here that would know because nobody's home. So yeah, it's pretty scary.
KREM 2 News spoke with some of the people using the pit Wednesday. No one wanted to speak on camera, but some questioned why DNR doesn't post someone here to prevent unsafe shooting.
We actually had filed a petition with DNR, and that was one of the things that we had recommended. We're pro Second Amendment. Everybody out here is.
But with an unsafe situation hitting too close to home, these locals are happy to see and hear the last of Boggs Pit. Shannon Mowdy.
Enough is enough. Somebody's going to end up getting killed.
KREM 2 News.
Tens of thousands of Kaiser Permanente healthcare workers have walked off the job in several states, including Washington.
The union representing the group says this will be the largest healthcare strike in our nation's history. The employees walking out range in positions from certified nursing assistants to healthcare technicians. They're part of 75,000 Kaiser workers scheduled to strike nationally, demanding better pay, job protections, and more staffing.
We're not going to sit back and, be mistreated, allow our patients to be mistreated.
About 1,000 pharmacy technicians in Oregon and Southwest Washington are now on strike. However, the local union here in Eastern Washington says they will not walk off the job today, although their contract does expire at the end of the month.
Well, take a look at your screen. This video shows a plane in Newberg, Oregon spiraling downward before crashing into a home. It happened yesterday.
So this afternoon, a Spokane woman is recovering from that crash. She was the only survivor.
KREM 2's Janelle Finch is in the studio tonight with the very latest. Janelle?
Mark and Whitney, just before 7 p.m. last night, Newberg Dundee police say a plane crashed with a local woman on board. 20-year-old Emily Hurd was air flighted to OHSU Portland with serious injuries. Newberg police did not have updates on her status today. This afternoon, the National Transportation Safety Board, Newberg Police Department, and Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue held a press conference to discuss the crash. During that presser, we learned all 3 passengers had ties to the Portland Flight School in Hillsboro.
20-year-old Barrett Bivacqua of Hillsboro, 22-year-old Michele Cavallati, and 20-year-old Emily Hurd was the surviving victim of that crash.
NTSB reports Emily is a student at the flight school. The other passengers were another student and an instructor. NTSB says the flight was instructional.
We look at all phases of flight, and this was an instructional flight. So potentially, They could have been doing a maneuver. At this point, we just don't know.
This is video of the plane spiraling toward the ground last night. One witness told our Portland sister station KGW he couldn't believe what he had just saw and captured on camera.
I'm in shock, kind of. And I ended up getting a glimpse and being, someone else has to see this to confirm what I'm seeing.
Federal aviation organizations are reporting the plane was a Piper PA-44-180. According to FlightAware, the plane took off from Hillsborough Portland Airport around 6:20 p.m. Tuesday night. The flight path ended less than 30 minutes after takeoff at the back of a Newburgh home. TV Fire and Rescue say people were inside the home at the time of the crash, but were able to evacuate safely. The NTSB will be investigating what led up to the crash. Investigators will consider weather factors, airplane maintenance, and potential mechanical issues. Next steps include recovering and securing the plane for additional research. In the studio, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.
All right, Janelle, thank you very much. Let's switch gears and talk weather on this beautiful Wednesday with our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo.
Yeah, Jeremy, looks like temps going up, and up, even into the high 70s, it sounds like.
It's going to be lovely, but keep in mind these kind of days are numbered, especially this time of year. Let's talk the forecast. Temperatures right now in the low 70s, 72, not all that bad. Tomorrow almost looks identical to today, but it's that overall weather pattern that says it's going to be slightly different, and it marks the start of a change. There you go. Right now, a little bit of cloud cover sliding overhead, but watch what happens as we zoom out. You can see the overall ridge of high pressure. There it is going up. Here it is coming down out to our east, and that is what plays a huge role in our weather. The big ridges, the big troughs, that's what fall is all about. And as this ridge builds in the next couple of days, we're talking more sunshine and warmer temperatures. Tomorrow, mild 72, mostly sunny. 73 on Friday, 76 on Saturday, and Sunday likely in the mid to upper 70s as well, with nothing but sunshine. It is a beautiful few days ahead, but overall, it's fall, and we expect big changes in the weather pattern. That means by early next week, we're looking at a snap back to reality and the chance of a little bit of rain returning to the forecast. I'll have a look at that coming up in just a bit.
All right, sounds good. Jeremy, thank you very much.